This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(8:45). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news, edited by Dhanushka Madhawala and read by Indrani Senanayaka. The headlines. The President has given instructions to protect and conserve the entire river network in this country before the end of this year. 10,000 graduates have been recruited to government service. Around 4 billion rupees is paid annually as compensation for crop damage due to natural disasters. More than 3,000 water projects will be vested with the public before Vesak Poya. In foreign news, thousands evacuated in Australia as floods worsen. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa instructed officials to clean and protect all rivers in the island before the end of this year. The government has allocated 23 million rupees for this project. The president said to request more financial allocations if this sum is not adequate to finish the project before the deadline. The fake propaganda campaign against the government on the environmental destruction is controlled in Colombo. The president added that he was able to make the Colombo city beautiful and cleaner after removing all garbage dumps. The president requests the people to fulfill their personal responsibility without making it just a fashion. The Surakumu Ganga program to protect all rivers in this country commenced at the Manik Ganga river basin in the Katargama area. It was arranged parallel to World Water Day. Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage said that the government has to pay around 4 billion rupees annually as compensation for crop damages due to natural disasters. The minister added that of that amount, around 300 million rupees has been spent as compensation to the farmers in the northern and eastern provinces. The minister made these remarks while participating at a ceremony held in Colombo in connection with climate changes. The Ministry of Water Supply says that more than 11 main water projects and 3,000 community water supply projects will be vested with the public before the Vesak full moon Poya day. The aim is to provide 100,000 new connections from these projects. Priority will be given to the areas where there is a major water problem. The Katana water supply project was vested with the public as the first phase of this project. 11.8 billion rupees was spent for this project. 20,000 persons will benefit in 45 Grama Seva divisions. The aim of the government is to provide pipe-borne water to all families in the country by the year 2025. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
We continue with the local segment of news. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that the water supply will be interrupted to several areas in Colombo due to the maintenance work at the Sapugaskanda electricity substation. The water supply will be interrupted in Paliagoda, Wattala, Biagama, Mahara, Dompe, Jaila, Divisional Secretariat divisions and a part of the Gampaha district as well. Minister Professor G.L. Pires says that the country should maintain a better relationship with all other countries by abiding by international laws and fulfilling the necessary responsibilities as a country. Addressing a media briefing held today, the minister said that the government rejects the allegations made against the country by the UNHCR in Geneva. The government protects the war heroes who sacrificed their lives to save this country. The minister added that this will be considered a top priority of this government. The cremation ceremony of the late Mahanayaka of the Amarapura chapter, Aggamaha Pandita, the Most Venerable Kotugoda Dhammavansa Thera, will be held with full state patronage on Thursday evening at Independence Square. The committee appointed to conduct the last rites of the Mahanayaka Thera gathered this evening and made this decision. The body of the Most Venerable Thera is lying at rest at the Dhamma Palarama Viharya in Mount Lavinia. The late Mahanayaka of the Amarapura chapter, Aggamaha Pandita, the Most Venerable Kotugoda Dhamma Vansathera, passed away this morning while receiving treatment at a private hospital in Colombo. The Thera was 88 years old at the time of his demise. Next, we take a look at the main news story.
Darling, our daughter has top O-level results. Do you know what this means?
Yes, just 3 years and she'll be going abroad for her degree.
For which we'll need a bank loan.
But is a normal loan the smartest option?
What else?
The smartest way is to start an HDFC Smart Goals account.
Let your child begin their degree with no delays. Start an HDFC Smart Goals account. Call 2356
Honey, you're so smart.
HDFC Smart Goals. All it takes is 3 years.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
10,000 graduate trainees have been recruited to the government service. These graduates are being adapted to the state sector under the program of providing job opportunities for the 60,000 unemployed graduates in the Vistas of Prosperity policy manifesto of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The government has taken measures to recruit 10,000 of the 14,000 graduates appointed as trainees by the previous government. The Ministry of Provincial Councils and Local Government says that appointments will be given under district and divisional secretariat levels. That was the main news story. A look at Watchlight next.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
A look at Watchlight. The government is planning to introduce a separate license for drivers of passenger transport buses to reduce the increasing number of accidents involved in passenger transport buses. State Minister Dilum Amlugama said, accordingly, drivers will not be able to operate passenger transporting buses using their normal heavy vehicle license hereafter. It will be mandatory for drivers to obtain this new license in the future. The State Minister said that drivers will be provided with a new license after subjecting them to 2 weeks of training. The new license will be formulated by the SLTB with the assistance of the security forces. That was a look at Watchlight. A bulletin of world news will follow.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines. Thousands evacuated in Australia as floods worsen. Mass vaccination campaign against coronavirus kicks off in Palestine. Presidential candidate dies from COVID on poll day. Some 18,000 people have been evacuated from severe floods across New South Wales in Australia, with more heavy rainfall predicted. The state's entire coast is now under a severe weather warning. Days of torrential downpours have caused rivers and dams to overflow around Sydney, the state capital, and in the southeast Queensland. The military is being deployed to help with search and rescue in what has been called a 1 in 50 years event. Australia's Bureau of Meteorology has forecast increased rainfall, strong winds, damaging surf and abnormally high tides in New South Wales on Tuesday. Palestine launched a mass vaccination rollout campaign against coronavirus in a bid to combat the fast-spreading virus across the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Issaye started the campaign in West Bank city of Ramallah. He said that the vaccination rollout will be carried out with full transparency and anyone exceeding priorities regarding inoculating the vaccine will be held accountable. Vaccination will be conducted according to the registration platform, he said. Issaye added that Palestine is said to receive more vaccines, including a shipment of 100,000 doses of coronavirus vaccine from China. The leading opposition presidential candidate in Congo, Brazzaville, who was seriously ill with COVID-19, has died hours after polls closed. Guy Brice Parfait Corrales died on a plane, making him to France for treatment. His campaign director said hours earlier the 61-year-old had appeared in a video shared on social media where he removed his oxygen mask and told his supporters that he was fighting death. He urged them to vote in Sunday polls. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. Thousands evacuated in Australia as floods worsen. Mass vaccination campaign against coronavirus kicks off in Palestine. Presidential candidate dies from COVID on poll day. That ends this bulletin of world news. Development news follows.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always.
All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
The construction of the first section, a stretch of 24.3 kilometers from Kahathuduwa to Ingiriya of the Ruwanpura Expressway, has been awarded to a local construction firm. The contract was awarded today at the Ministry of Highways in Battaramulla. The proposal to build the 73.9-kilometre Ruwanpura Expressway from Kahathuduwa to Palmadulla was recently approved by the Cabinet of Ministers. The construction is said to be carried out in 4 phases, the first being the Kahathuduwa-Ingiriya section. It was proposed to carry out the construction of the Kahathuduwa-Ingiriya section via local construction entities. That was a look at development news. Sports news follows.
Development News was brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
Sports news. Bangladesh batsman Shadman Islam has tested positive for COVID-19 ahead of the much-awaited Bangladesh tour of Sri Lanka, which was originally scheduled to be held in 2020. Shadman told the media today he is in isolation at the moment in the hotel and waiting for my third corona report to arrive, and if that is negative, he will be able to play. The 2-match series, which was originally supposed to be a 3-match affair, is all set to be staged in Pallekele starting on the 21st of April. Sri Lanka Cricket has confirmed the dates for the 2-match series against Bangladesh in April. But Shadman, returning a positive result, has put a halt on the preparations ahead of the team's departure from Bangladesh. That was sports news. Business news follows.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
The Lankan Angel Network recently launched the I Am Her 2021 program aimed at empowering women entrepreneurs and developing the landscape for women-led startups via a multi-pronged strategy. The program was launched at the LAN-hosted Beyond the Cape, even held at Hatch, and supported by ecosystem partner Ford Foundation. The event also brought together women leaders across several sectors to discuss their journey and discuss how communities and corporates can be better at empowering us women and bringing us closer to gender parity in Sri Lanka. That was Business News. Economic News follows.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News, courtesy of
Business deals now easy. It just takes a few taps only. Anytime, get it done, all connected. Best discounts with real time. LOLC Real Time. Now download LOLC Finance Real Time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
The Ceylon Chamber of Commerce has proposed expanding a producer-led collection program to manage waste plastic packaging, pointing out that the food and non-food in affordable sizes are targeted at poorer segments of the population who cannot afford large quantities. The CCC said in a statement that according to the industry, around 50% of Sri Lanka's consumers purchase products in smaller packaging sizes where the choice is available. This consumption trend is common among families who earn less than 25,000 rupees per month, families who are dependent on daily wages, and individuals who use community facilities such as hostels and boardings. The CCC said the industry had proposed extended producer responsibility to help collect and manage waste, considering the importance of providing smaller and affordable package sizes to the industry and consumers. That was Economic News. Finally, a look at the weather reports.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces NanaSir, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the Sabaragamuwa, western and northwestern provinces and in the Kandy, Galle and Matara districts during the evening or at night. Fairly heavy falls, about 75 millimeters, can be expected at some places in these areas. Several spells of showers may occur in the Uva and eastern provinces and in the Hambantota, Nuwara, Matale and Polonnaruwa districts. That was the weather report. To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces NanaSir, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
To end tonight's news broadcast, we take a look at the headlines again. The President has given instructions to protect and conserve the entire river network in this country before the end of this year. 10,000 graduates have been recruited to government service. Around 4 billion rupees is paid annually as compensation for crop damage due to natural disasters. More than 3,000 water projects will be vested with the public before Vesak Poya. And in foreign news, thousands evacuated in Australia as floods worsen. That ends tonight's news broadcast. Well, I hand over the microphone to your dear friend and mine, your usual Monday host, Chandima Veerakun, all set and ready, a smile on her face. And of course, I can see the telephone blinking and blinking, so she is taking down requests for tonight's family choice. Okay, Chandima, all yours.